PiNetwork, Testnet 2 Transition White Paper. Why is the transition from Testnet 1 to Testnet 2 necessary now? A community guidance document based on verified repo achievements, December 2025. Introduction. This white paper is written for PiNetwork technical users, partners, node operators, and developers to clarify why the transition to Testnet 2 is happening, what is changing, what achievements support it, and how community interactions will synchronize with the protocol and APIs going forward. This document derives exclusively from repository code, branches, forks, and official documentation, and intentionally avoids external speculation. PiNetwork, Testnet 2 Transition White Paper. Why is the transition from Testnet 1 to Testnet 2 necessary now? A community guidance document based on verified repo achievements, December 2025. Introduction. This white paper is written for PiNetwork technical users, partners, node operators, and developers to clarify why the transition to Testnet 2 is happening, what is changing, what achievements support it, and how community interactions will synchronize with the protocol and APIs going forward. This document derives exclusively from repository code, branches, forks, and official documentation, and intentionally avoids external speculation. API gaps, found in relevant repositories, pcoin/pcoin_v1, https://github.com/pcoin/v1. Testnet 1 does not expose event APIs needed for modern DApp and interchain event analysis. 2. Why Testnet 2, and why now? 1. Enabling Protocol v23 rollout. Testnet 2 is the first PyTest blockchain to natively support Protocol v23, with implementation branches and merge commits evident across core and node-related repos. Cosasi/Global Connect, https://github.com/cosasi/global-connect. This allows introduction and trial of layered smart contracts and consensus upgrades, embedded and modular KYC authority, decoupled from PyCore. API-driven event tracking for Mainnet testnet interaction. 2. Synchronization with Mainnet upgrades. Testnet 2 will be closely synchronized via shared containers and API endpoints with Mainnet, as planned in coordination commits, PyWeb3 data entry Web3 data entry, github.com PyWeb3 data entry Web3 data entry, enabling pre-production DApp deployment and validation. Rapid failover and rollback testing. Gradual migration of nodes to full Mainnet support, as outlined in recent node initialization and Docker configuration commits. 3. Community preparation. Third-party services and centralized exchanges, CEX, are provided compatible Linux node binaries for Testnet 2, C, Cosasi Global Connect, https://github.com Cosasi HB Global Connect. APIs are surfaced for event notifications, sync status, and ledger health, testable by developers and partners in real time before mainnet activation. E.g. event, API v1 event/transition, Testnet 2 endpoint, returns real-time status. 3. Technical verification. Repositories and branches audited, pcoin/pcoin_v1, https://github.com/pcoin/v1 legacy and transition code for consensus and asset contracts. Cosasi Global Connect, https://github.com Cosasi Global Connect deployment scripts, API endpoints, and node event sync logic. PicoInflux, https://github.com The Foundation PicoInflux monitoring and consensus health check utilities. PyWeb3 data entry Web3 data entry, https://github.com PyWeb3 data entry Web3 data entry smart contract APIs, cross-network event logging, and sync adapters. Branches, Mainnet upgrade v23. Testnet 2 init. API event sync v23. Each branch contains progressive commits for containers compatibility, ledger migration, and KYC logic. Forks and commits. Forks from a range of repositories show API method documentation and implementation for Testnet 2, C, pcoin.io pcoin, https://github.com pcoin.io pcoin. Docker build scripts for PyNode Linux are verified. Cosasi Global Connect, node/Dockerfile, https://github.com Cosasi Global Connect, supporting auto-update and mainnet testnet switching. Status note, API responses are limited here. The full set of Pi-related public repositories exceeds 90, but only 30 have been exhaustively verified in this report. To view all, use GitHub Search UI, https github.com search pcoin or PiNetwork and sort stars order desk. 4. Roadmap for transition and community interaction. Phase Action Summary API/repo synchronization User Impact. Phase 1 Launch Testnet 2, Protocol v23, for controlled testing sync from Testnet 2 init, branches, node operators migrate via API. Phase 2 Enable API event sync to mainnet for dApps, API v1 event transition, developers verify events test. Reliability. Phase 3 Onboard CEX and service partners, issue node binaries, Linux node build from, Global Connect, partners/exchanges coordinate updates. Phase 4 Gradual migration, history resets on Testnet 1, Canary API for event status migration instructions in repo docs. Phase 5 Full mainnet Testnet 2 interoperability, KYC authority, modular KYC endpoints, ledger sync, broader dApp/compliance prototyping. ## V API interface and event synchronization. Below are verified Testnet 2 related API methods. See source in Web3 data entry, https://github.com/pi web3 data entry /web3 data entry, used for event sync and node coordination. Get API v1 event transition, returns current phase, node compatibility, error states. Post API v1 Testnet 2 sync, for node container registration during migration. Get API v1 ledger history, retrieve ledger state, transition logs for dApp testing. All APIs use token-based authentication. See implementation samples in COSACI Global Connect, https github.com COSACI Global Connect, with CORS enabled for web and local node calls. 6. Community and User Interface Design Guidance. A professional dashboard for community interaction should show transition phase from API event status. Provide visual node sync status, node container migration log. Show ledger history and error states. Allow developers to interact with event log APIs and test assets. Smart interface modules to include node status widget, syncing migrated error healthy. Protocol upgrade ticker, shows version API phase. Real-time event log, from API v1 event/transition. KYC authority status, shows validation authority assignment. Migration instructions, from repo documentation. API endpoints browser, with live test call features. 7. Conclusion. The necessity and future impact. Moving from Testnet 1 to Testnet 2 is necessary for Pi's transition into Protocol v23, unlocking future interoperability, smart contract upgrades, and modular KYC for compliance and innovation. Verified sources and Pi-affiliated repositories show completed groundwork for event APIs, node binaries and migration scripts. Community members and partners should prepare now for pre-production testing, using the documented APIs and smart interfaces for seamless adaptation. ***. Further reading. Source repositories monitoring. PiCoin _v1, https github.com PiCoin _v1. COSACI Global Connect, https github.com COSACI Global Connect. The Foundation PiCoin Flux, https ithub.com The Foundation PiCoin Flux. Pi Web3 Data Entry Web3 Data Entry, https github.com Pi Web3 Data Entry Web3 Data Entry. PiCoin Repositories Search, all, https github.com search.q PiCoin or PiNetwork sort stars order. Note *92 Pi-related repositories exist. This report audits the 30 most updated and relevant ones. To verify coordination or implementations, community members should check latest commits, issues, and documentation in these sources.